Okay, now if you've warmed up, we're ready to start lesson 3, which is floor work, floor exercises. In this lesson, I'll show you a movement strategy for getting down to the floor without hurting your knees, and for getting up from the floor using a chair as a support. Now, both of these moves are very important, so we'll practice them a couple of times. You sit forward on the front edge of the chair, just as we did in the early lessons, and you put one foot back so that the side of your foot actually touches the edge of the leg of the chair. Open your knees nice and wide, and your hands and arms are inside your knees all the way through this reaching down. Okay, here we go. You reach down to the floor and put your knees down without a bump. Okay? Good. All right, so now you're down, and I want to show you how to get back up. You turn back towards your chair, and you get quite close to your chair. You don't want to be far away. You want to be up close, like this, and you want to get a good grip on the chair. It can be high, low, depending on how big or small you are. You choose the best place, because you're going to put a lot of weight on the chair in just a moment. Now then, you bring one foot up and put the foot flat on the floor. Good. Now next we're going to lean the head down and put a lot of weight on the chair like that, and pick up your backside. The backside goes up first, not the head. You're not going to try to stand up this way. You're going to stand up the back end first. Here we go. So you lean in, lift the back end, and set your foot down. Now notice that I've set the foot down in this T shape here. Right? This foot is out here, but if I drew a line from here to here, it would make a T with the other foot. Okay, nice and steady, and ease your weight onto your feet. There you are. Okay, let's do that again. This is really worth learning. In case you ever fall, instead of letting your partner try to help you up from the floor, it's better to ask them to bring you a chair, and then you'll be able to use the chair to help yourself up, and your partner won't hurt his or her back. So let's watch this again. You're sitting forward on the front edge of the chair, knees wide, one foot back, and be sure you can touch the leg of the chair. Good. Then bring your hands inside your knees. Remember, your knees stay open as you go down. All right? Now then, you reach way out on the floor, put your hands down, and ease your knees down. Good. Shouldn't be any bumps. No bumps on the knees. All right. Then you turn back and go back to your chair. Set one foot out to the side, flat on the floor. Get a good grip on the chair. Remember now, head down, backside up. Here we go. Head down, backside up, and set your feet. Good. Then lean your weight back until it's on your feet, nice and steady. And only when you're steady do you turn loose of the chair and come all the way up. Okay. And turn around. You'll have plenty of opportunity during these lessons to practice those two moves, believe me. So now we'll go on. We'll go down to the floor again, and there's some exercises I want to show you lying on your back on the floor and rolling from side to side. You begin the same way as always. Sit on the front edge of the chair. Put one foot back until it can touch the leg of the chair. Bring your hands inside your knees. Good. Then reach way out and ease your weight down onto your hands and knees without a bump. Okay. Now then, set your hands nice and strong and cross your knee across your knee like that. So you just sort of roll like this and come onto your hip. Okay, so you're sitting down on your hip now. And then stretch out this arm like you're going to lie down and take a nap. Yeah, there you go. And the arm kind of protects your head so your head doesn't hit the floor. Now some of you, the arm won't go up that high, huh? So your arm would be down here. You'll want to have a pillow waiting for you there. So when you lie down, your head reaches the pillow. Okay. So now you've gotten this far, we're going to start our exercises on your back. So ease over onto your back. Right. And get comfortable there. Squiggle your backside a little and ease your shoulders and settle your hands, feel the floor a little bit. In these exercises, what you're doing is you're making friends with the floor. You're trying to get the floor to be not such a strange and scary place. All right. So for the first exercise, you set your feet close to your backside and apart, about as wide as your shoulders. And for this one, you're going to want to move the pillow out from under your head as you do it. So you kind of ease this out of the way, and then you're going to push your backside right up into the air. Here you go. Push up. There you are. And you brace on your shoulders and on your feet. This is called a flat bridge. You just have a bridge all along here. And your weight is balanced on your shoulders and your feet. And you let all the sand inside your body kind of roll downhill and settle into your shoulders. And you just relax. Oh, I know your legs are hurting a little bit. That's what we want. We want to tire you out all through here. These muscles are kind of holding you up, and we want them to get nice and tired so that you'll learn how to relax them, how to turn loose in your hip joint. Okay? Still with me? All right. So now we're going to start down. You've been up there long enough to be nice and tired, so you ease your spine down a little at a time. Little at a time. First the top of the back, then the middle of the back, then the lower back, and only at the very end do you put your backside down. You may want to put your pillow back under your head. All right. And then, since you've gotten down this far, you might as well just go on turning loose in your hip joint and let your knees fall open, like that. I kind of like to put my feet together, the soles of my feet together like this, and then just turn loose. Big sigh, big relaxing sigh. Just let gravity do the work. You're stretching your legs on the inside by letting gravity just pull down on them. These are called passive stretches. They're very healthy. Let those muscles get stretched out. Okay, so we do that, and before we fall asleep, we go on to the next exercise. You bring your knees up and set them side by side. Good. Now before we go on, let's do that table with two legs and the knees falling open again, huh? You set this away, you set your feet apart and push your backside up. Again, you just brace yourself and let all the sand roll down the hill. And relax. Good. And when you've been up here a good long time, it's time to come down. You gently, gently, gently bring your back down and your middle back down. And gradually your backside comes to the ground, and then you turn loose of your hips And your knees fall open, and your feet come together, and there you are. Just all sprawled out in the sun. Oh, might be a good time to take a yawn or two. Yeah, so it's all about relaxation down here. Okay. And bring your knees up here to even again. And we'll do this. We'll bring the knee up toward the chest and this knee up toward the chest and hold on to both knees and kind of wiggle your back until it gets comfortable. And you can pull if you like. See how that feels? And jiggle a little bit and rock a little bit, sort of like massaging your own back by rolling on the floor. Okay. You can join your hands around your knees like this. And pull. And pull. And just stretch those muscles in the lower back. Okay. And then ease your feet down. And there you are. Feet flat on the floor. Now then, 2 more exercises. Bring your feet close together and your knees close together. And then just as though your knees are sort of tied together, you're going to let them fall off to the side without letting your shoulders turn. So your knees fall and fall and fall as far as you can go with them till they're way over to the side. Now you haven't rolled over. Your shoulders are still back. Only the lower half of you has rolled over, which is what you want. Now, this will be pretty far for most of you, but some of you may want to go even farther by taking this foot and stretching it out like this. And you let the weight of the foot, the weight of the leg, increase the stretch all along the side of your hip like this. Good. Again, just turn loose of it, like you're going to sleep in this silly position. And bring that foot back. Bring the knees back up to even. And of course, we always do the exercises both ways, so these are going to go the other way. Let your knees fall over, like so. Reach with your foot if you like, way out there. Notice that your shoulders haven't turned. You're just twisting in the middle. And then bring that foot back. Put them side by side and come up to even again. Okay, settle your back. Now, you can do any number of those. You can do 3, 5, 7, whatever feels good for you. For right now, let's go on and pick up the next useful part of this rolling with your knees to the side. Good. Let's say you wanted to roll over and sit up on the side of the bed. A lot of people with Parkinson's have trouble rolling in bed. The covers seem to kind of stick to the person and it's hard to roll. If medicines are not working very well and you feel this stuck feeling, here's a way around that. You're going to let your knees fall to the side. So. Then you're going to bring this hand way over here, going to bring it across your body and put it on the floor right next to your shoulder. Looks like this. Hand comes over right next to the shoulder. Do you see where that is? Good. That's important to have it right up here next to your shoulder. Not out here. Here. Okay. Let's put that hand back and let your shoulders roll back. And then let your knees come up. You're getting used to this, aren't you? It's pretty easy after you've practiced it a few times. Now here's the extension on that. We're going to do the same 2 moves, the knees over, then the hand over, but then we're going to add pressing up so you start sitting up. This is how it works. Knees go over. Ta-da. Hand comes over and pushes. And the elbow comes back. Okay? Let me show you that last little bit again. You're like this. Your hand comes over and pushes. And your elbow comes back. Okay, so now you're halfway to sitting up. And you can use this hand now. Use both hands to push yourself up and sit on your hip. Okay, now sitting on your hip is something we'll do a lot of in later exercises. So you kind of want to get familiar with this feeling of sitting this way. Your knees are together, but you're not on your backside. You're sitting on the side like this. Okay. Well, now, to end this lesson, we want to get you back up in your chair. And later I'll teach you other ways to get to your knees. But for now, I just want you to just do your best. Just 1, 2, 3, and then come up to your knees. Here we go. 1, and a 2, and a 3, and up you come. Good. Did you make it? I hope so. All right. If you're up, then you can crawl over toward the chair. Good. I suppose if you're not up, I want you to ask your caregiver to help you. All right. Get up to your knees. You always want to go to your knees first. It's very hard to stand up when you're sitting on the floor. You got to be on your knees first. Hands and knees. All right. Come over to the chair. Set your hands very carefully. All right. So that you can put some weight on the chair when you need it. And don't be in a hurry. Take your time. And when your hands are well set, then you put one foot up to the outside. And remember, it's supposed to be flat like that. Okay. And then you're going to, head's going to go down and the backside's going to go up. So you lean forward, put some weight on the chair, and your backside goes up. You haven't tried to stand up yet. You've just lifted up the back end of you. Good. Set your feet so you can really feel your weight on them. And only when you're set do you stand all the way up. Good. And then you want to ease yourself into your chair. Good. Well, now I always like to end an exercise with a little voice work, huh? So, let's start with a couple of yawns. Yeah. And when you feel ready, you can sing a song or recite a poem, something like that. Okay.